It's the duo that you love the most, covering events from coast to coast. That podcast is all about the fun with your hosts, LPiddy and Jon Jon. Chirping about gossip like chickadees. Turn up the cast and enjoy the tea. The podcast with the beauty and the brawn. One's a gay turkey and the other is a black swan. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. Live from the Jon Jon and Company studio in Denver, Colorado, it's That Podcast. And now, here are your hosts, LPiddy and Jon Jon.
What? We is back on Halloween.
Oh my God, we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, yes. We did the mash. Did the monster mash, cause Halloween. Have you missed us? Scary.
Oh my God,
I'm so good. I'm a lyricist.
Excellent work.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. That's right. I'm Jon Jon, and this is my co-host LPiddy, and we are That Podcast. Welcome, folks. This is episode number 36. It's exciting.
That is Trace and Sis.
Trace and Sis together makes 36.
Yeah, there's 36.
36, y'all.
Yes.
So that's crazy. I'm all bilingual now.
Yeah, you're so bilingual.
Because I went to Cozumel.
Yes, you did.
On our little break. So
yes,
y'all, we have so much to catch up on.
We do.
We have been doing so much. So we haven't recorded since, I believe, the end of September.
Probably.
Yeah, it's not so.
We told you we were taking, we took a mini hiatus in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, we took a bigger hiatus.
And then life happened.
And life's happening and stuff like that. So we back.
We back, and we appreciate you guys' support and listening to episode 36.
Number episode, Trace Sis, como se dice 36.
Amen, girl.
Yes.
Well, you know what time it is?
Time to get a watch.
That's right, but I think it's time for... shout outs. Oh my goodness. So I'll start with my first shout out. A huge shout out to Chris Prente, one of my besties, of course, and we just did a lovely trip to New York City.
New York, yeah,
that's right, for a really fun Hollywood style junket.
Yes,
junket. That's right. So I'll get into that a little bit later, but huge shout out to him for obviously taking me, and I am so thankful and grateful for the opportunity.
Yes. But I'm mad. So
that's right. So you heard it here first, folks.
Girl.
LPiddy runs, as you guys know, she's a director for a lovely pageant.
American Ambassador.
And I was invited this year to come as a judge.
Yes.
And 3 days before the pageant,
yes,
I call LPiddy and I say, girl, I have this crazy opportunity to go to New York this weekend.
Yes.
To meet the one,
the only
Whoopi Goldberg, ladies and gentlemen.
Sing it.
I will follow him wherever he may go. Ooh. So I had to bail on my good friend, confidant, and friend to go to New York City to meet Miss Whoopi with, of course, Chris.
And other people, too, but most importantly, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, that was
I just realized, too, you told me the other people that you met, you were going to meet, and I didn't care. I was like, oh, what about Whoopi, though? And I'm like, oh, crap, you met other people.
Oops. They're all wonderful.
People. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. But for me, my idol is Whoopi, and everything was secondary at that point.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that. So you had a pageant just recently. I did. I think you have a shout out.
So I want to give a shout out to our new royalty.
Congratulations, royalty.
They worked very hard. They were so nice and so kind, and they made friends with each other, and they're great people. So I'm very excited for an amazing year. And they were so amazing to where I wasn't as stressed as I should have been, because we had a couple of mishaps that we won't talk about because some of them stuff they don't know.
That's right, behind the scenes stuff.
But it all worked out. We gave away some big ass trophies.
Did you? Oh my goodness.
Now I'm getting hot because the window's closed.
Take off your fleece jacket.
For Halloween, I'm a stripper. Oh, that's
that's horrible stripper music. I have been. No, that was pretty lovely stripper music. But I've missed working with you in the podcast. We've done a couple events, but
we've worked together, but we just haven't done this together.
But girl, this is my favorite part.
Yes.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I can be in activewear.
Activewear. activewear. Doing all my work in the activewear.
It's so nice. I'm in a little shawl and some
Right.
lovely black pantaloons.
I did not have time to change, so I am in my Halloween costume, which is myself.
That's right. She is dressed as it, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Give it up.
Oh, thank you.
she's
It was
not.
so hard to do makeup this morning, and then like everybody was like trying to be me too. So I'm like, everybody's like, "Hey, great Pennywise costume." I'm like, "I am Pennywise," which my movie's coming out September 6th of next year.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that just
LPiddy
dropped.
in Pennywise.
Yes, in it too.
In Pennywise. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
the movie's not called Pennywise.
Yeah, I was like, but thanks.
I wonder if that would be as popular. Pennywise.
Right.
That sounds like a nice Southern woman. And Miss Pennywise.
Come here, kids. I got balloons for you.
That's right. I made you a nice casserole.
Right.
Thank you, Miss Pennywise.
You're welcome. Eat this peach cobbler. You're gonna die.
Oh my goodness, what if that's who Pennywise's mother, Mama was?
Right, Mama.
Mrs. Pennywise.
Mama Wise.
Mama Wise.
And
Mama P Wise.
I don't know. Anyways.
Oh my.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff that happened this weekend. So yeah, we had the pageant. It was crazy. I lost sleep. Oh, I like had insomnia. There was, it's fine. It's fine.
Girl, you know what my favorite thing is?
Tootsie Rolls.
Done.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending and listening to that podcast.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
No, I love when people take to Twitter for our crazy. Like that's where
Yeah.
I vent.
Yeah.
And there's a couple drag queens that I like follow.
Yes.
And girl, there is some funny drama but it's all like vague,
Yeah.
which I love. It's
I
like,
know, and I like there was
But I
one
felt for
drag.
you.
Oh, I was like, oh, there's so much going on, and then there's me tweeting like straight on like, anxiety is a bitch because that's why I can't sleep.
And that's true, and it certainly is. But you had a lot on your plate, girl.
Yeah,
And you did it.
barely.
Fake studio audience is going crazy.
Barely. I had to change the opening number before I taught it on that day.
Ooh.
And of course the dance came out like just as I planned. Everything was perfect. Everybody got it. And then I was supposed to sing during the opening number. And I was getting my cues and stuff like that. It took me a little bit to get back on track.
Snapping.
Exactly. And then I dressed in my little, because our theme was The Greatest Showman, and I was the ringmaster. So I come out in my little ringmaster outfit and stuff. So I had a Halloween costume technically. I just wore it on Sunday.
Did you wear a little top hat?
I did.
Oh, girl.
Yes, I don't have pictures of it. I didn't have time to take any, but so I'm like out there. The part of the song that I knew, because I was reading the words in the back, just a little fun fact. But the parts that I knew was the chorus. So I get out there.
First, folks, she was listening. She was looking at the lyrics right before she went on.
Yes, exactly.
Keep going.
Exactly, because if you know The Greatest Show, that song, it's a bitch. Like,
I don't know what that fucking song is, but it
I'll show
sounds
you
like
later. It's a bitch. So, anyways, like the only part I really knew was the chorus.
Uh-huh.
Forgot it. Fucking forgot it.
Oh,
Walked out. I was like,
bitch.
so tell me, do you want to go?
Oh my god, that was so wonderful. Is that what you did?
I kind of did. I was like, and I just stopped. I was like, oh, okay. And then I just pointed. I was like, I'm going to just keep dancing.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I'm made for those moments because
Yeah.
I don't really know lyrics anyway.
Right.
So then I'm like, Johnson's down.
Right. And I should have done that and been like, oh, my mic is out. So
I'm just singing the tunes.
Yeah, exactly.
My
so,
music is universal.
well, once I was done changing and stuff like that, I came back out. I was just like, yep. Thank you again. I forgot my words again because I forgot them last year too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You are cursed on
I
these
know.
words.
It's okay.
That's all right. So
Yeah.
what next year you need to stick with like
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, yeah.
Twinkle
Well,
Twinkle Little Star.
And I could say those backwards too, so it's fine.
So you know, Mary Had Little Lamb.
CYXWVUT.
Oh my god, did you learn that in school?
No.
You just learned that on your own.
I learned it at my first DUI. No, I'm just kidding. kidding. No, there was one time, I think back in high school, college, I don't know, but me and my brother were at home and we were like, we should learn the alphabet backwards. So
And if you sing it, I think that's a very helpful
yeah.
tip. You heard it here, Insider News, folks. That's amazing. I can barely sing it regularly. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 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 G.
How many G's?
G, 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 G. That stands for Good God Girl, Get a Grip. 5 G's, please. Good God Girl, Get a Grip.
Shame.
But my problem is, and I don't even know if this is a learning disability. Doctors, please let me know.
Yeah, please comment below.
So I'll sing like the ABC song, but I'll sing it to like Happy Birthday.
Really?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
Oh, now you should have done that because now I'm going to do that.
Or like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah.
Right? I'll be like, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I'll be singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's a hot mess.
Mary had a... Because Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, ABCs, and then... The Itsy Bitsy Spider? Is that the song?
And Nelly is hot in here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All at the same beat.
Which is weird. And then RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag It's an off-brand knockoff.
It's the Indian version.
RuPaul's Drag Run.
Drag Run. RuPaul's Dry Run.
In Thailand is RuPaul's Ladyboy Jog.
Oh, Ladyboys. Oh, I don't know where we're going with this.
I don't know.
But speaking of RuPaul. RuPaul's Drag Race. No, I mean, we have had... Thank you for that very slow song.
RuPaul's. It did come in all slow, like...
It's like RuPaul's. So since we have been at this lovely podcast again, I've had this really crazy month. I've been to New York twice. And then Mexico once for vacation, so that was fun.
So in the span of our last episode and our current episode that we're talking to you on, like that, this has all happened. So he's been to New York twice, Mexico. And then there's my dumbass who's just sitting here like, I'm broke. It's fine.
And then I had 2 Lip Sync for Your Laugh shows.
Yes.
Which has been... It's just been bonkers, girl.
Right.
And then you and I had a couple premieres that we were hosting and attending. So we have had an insane month.
So we've been doing stuff, we promise. So it really wasn't a hiatus, but we just... A hiatus here.
Yeah, we was... It was a hiatus.
A hiatus.
Hiatus. But yeah, so I went at the end of the last podcast, and after Lip Sync for Your Laugh, I flew out that next morning.
Yeah, literally.
At like 6 a.m. or something crazy. To RuPaul's DragCon NYC.
Yes, you did.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Clappity clap. It was so fun, girl. So, as most of you guys know, LPiddy and I did a ton of interviews at RuPaul's DragCon NYC, LA.
Yeah.
2018.
Which we'll go back to LA here in a second.
That's right. Up in May.
Yes.
Up in May. Up in here. And so I attended a RuPaul's Drag Race NYC, and it was really, really fun. I was only there for the day, but a whole bunch of queens were there. Of course, Trixie Mattel was there. I did see Ross Matthews.
Yay, our friend Ross.
Yeah, our good friend Ross. Hi, Ross.
Don't forget us.
Don't forget. No. But it was really fun. It happened so unbelievably fast. And of course, all the updates are on our social media and all that fun stuff.
Indeedy.
But we will link the. Actually, I wrote an article on RuPaul's DragCon.
And can we talk about your timeline in New York? Because I need you guys to understand.
Bonkers.
Yeah. So he flew in Saturday and left Saturday.
So we we recorded it prior to the show. I had a Lip Sync for Your Laugh show, which is that show at Trax, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Trax, Denver, of course, where we pit 3 drag queens and 3 improvisers in the ultimate battle of funny.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we had that show that night. That starts at like 10:30 and runs usually about 11:30 to midnight.
Right, and that's a good night.
That's a good night, exactly. So I leave that show kind of in a tailspin.
Yes.
And get a few hours rest, and I'm up at like 3-4 in the morning to go to the airport to fly out at about 6 o'clock. I land in New York somewhere around 11 to noon.
Right, which you just missed. With Trixie and Katya, so
which
I
was
was
such
sad.
a bummer.
I know.
And then, you're exactly right. So then I hop in a cab. Bad mistake. I hate cabs. I don't know why I did that to myself.
Yeah.
And I was in it for about an hour because I flew into JFK.
Okay.
Which is kind of 4.
Right.
So then I hit that, and then I hit DragCon. I'm there for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
See a couple panels. I see Ru doing live podcasts, which was really, really fun.
Right. You guys are welcome to come watch us too. We got space for a couple of you.
Yeah, come along.
Come on in.
Yeah, that's right. Now with all this rearranging.
Right.
Yeah, and then I flew back out at 9 p.m. at night, back to Denver. So got into Denver about midnight Saturday, late night, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was DragCon NYC. But I thought that marathon was bad.
Yeah. But then...
And I'll tell you guys about this next New York trip in a bit. But RuPaul has been, girl, making the news, I would say. So RuPaul's Drag Race actually just recently, in the time, of course, that we haven't seen you fine folks,
yes,
has won 2 Emmys. It's the second time the RuPaul's Drag Race has won Outstanding Host.
Yes.
And this is the very first year, ladies and gentlemen, that RuPaul won Outstanding Reality Competition Program.
Which was a long time coming.
For sure. It's just going mainstream, girl. Drag is so mainstream now.
Yeah, sorry, that was an email to our email box.
That's right. If you hear a beep.
Right.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Don't email us while we recorded.
But we heard it on your podcast.
We didn't hear it.
Mind your business.
Stop.
You're being too nosy.
telling you.
It was literally on your podcast.
I don't know what you talk about, Anne, but I'm just kidding.
Carol,
Susan,
and Carol and Anne.
You guys are nice people.
But yeah, no, RuPaul's been making strike, and I think rumor has it they just got done taping. Do they still call it taping?
I think it's taping, yeah.
Taping, video shooting. Taping just feels like you're. Like,
I know. Come here, I'm gonna wrap you up in
I'm like
package tape.
It's package taping. That's right.
You know.
That reminds me. I discovered in this last month how I like my meat cooked.
No.
And I like it cooked Wellington.
I was like, where are you? Oh! I mean, at least it's not yellow cake, so that's
right.
fine.
Yellow cake. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if a waiter ever asks you how you like your meat cooked, all you answer them is Wellington.
Or, like my brother did, surprise me.
Surprise me. It's just blood on a plate.
Right. Ew, where's the meat?
I asked for Wellington.
This is Wellington.
This is totally Wellington. So yeah, girl. So RuPaul. So they're taping, filming, whatever they call it.
Yes. So they
season 11. They just wrapped, right?
I think they actually. So what I have heard.
These are alleged rumors, ladies and gentlemen.
Alleged rumors.
We do not know if any of this shit is true. We just like to talk about it.
Exactly, because it is entertaining. This is entertaining us while we don't have RuPaul's Drag Race. Entertaining. Anyways.
That landed way harder in my brain.
It sure did, because it landed hard in my brain too, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Hold on. Let's get some laughs up in here, please. Oh, that's not the laugh sound effect. That was baby crying.
That was the more accurate. Yeah, there we go.
I like the laugh sound effect. It sounds like a very deep.
Well, at first, to me, it sounds like they're booing us first. Like, you're
like,
laughing. Boo-ha-ha. Okay, anyways.
Hashtag boo-ha-ha.
What is it? Shark big. Ooh-ha-ha. Oh, maybe not. Okay, anyway. So the rumor is that All Stars 4 is done. They just either met back up in LA or New York. I guess New York, obviously, since we were all there. Mm-hmm. But they just did their official promo shoot. For 4. And the announcement will be made in December that it's being showed in January.
Oh, wicked. Cool. So it'll probably do another All-Stars January and then follow up with 11 right after.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be kind of like All-Stars 3, All-Stars 10, All-Stars 10! All-Stars 3, Season 10. So it's going to be back-to-back.
Back to bareback.
Entertaining.
Okay. Entertaining, y'all. So that's exciting. So RuPaul, as you guys know, is a staple of the show. So any news that we hear, of course, we'll be chit-chatting.
Right. And we're not going to chat about predictions or who we want to win because we don't want to get sued.
We don't want to get sued,
right.
No.
Right.
But RuPaul announcements are always so... Oh my God, speaking of announcements.
What?
Girl, did you watch that hot mess of the Britney Spears announcements?
Yes. Here's the thing. I texted you about it. That's
right. That's what you said. Hey, are you on YouTube? I'm like, no, bish.
You're like, what do you mean? So I'm doing my nails, and then all of a sudden on my phone, it's just like, it's on the Ellen show. Their website.
I love me some Ellen.
I love Ellen too, and I'm like, that's sweet that Ellen's involved with this somehow, but she shouldn't have been.
It made no sense to me. I didn't understand the whole partnership.
It made no sense. But so all of a sudden, I get the notification on my phone, Britney Spears is about to announce something. I'm like, oh shit, let me get on this, and I'm like, oh shit, let me text. Kaylin, the guy that does the videos that reacts to food. Yeah. So he was
is funny.
He is hilarious, and Kaylin, he pretty much carried that show because he was trying to stall that whole damn time. But anyways, he was like, tell your friends to watch. I'm like, okay.
All right, fine.
So I'm like, Ayo, Jon Jon, it's me, LPiddy. What you doing? And he was like,
Jon Jon. I'm all, what's up, lit fam?
Swag Town down.
And then she all,
what?
And then I'm all, what the news, kiddo?
And I was like, oh, sorry, I was drinking and I'm a little drunk. But anyways.
And then she told me.
And then I told you, hey, get on YouTube, go to the Ellen page. Britney Spears is about to drop some shit.
That's right. And it was supposed to be a live announcement on the Ellen show. Or Ellen channel about Britney.
Yes.
And for an hour, all you saw was these trucks driving through Las Vegas.
Right, with just Britney and
I think it just said Britney.
And then there were some guys in the back dancing or just standing there waving. I'm like, what the fuck kind of parade is this?
It was literally just if I got out and walked around with a poster.
Yeah.
That is how that was. And then, oh Lord, and then there was some like pyrotechnics. Not even pyrotechnics. There was like graphics against the hotel.
Right. So I love that kind of shit. Though.
That was fun.
Which
Except
is great.
it was a little blurry.
It was a little blurry, so I had a hard time seeing it. And then people kept their lights on. Like, obviously, they should have been like, "Hey, turn your lights off, motherfuckers."
All these people in their hotel rooms,
right? Like, what the
have a
fuck are
light
these
show.
people out here for? But they're playing a mix of like some of Britney's songs and like other people's songs. And we're like, "What is the holdup? What's going on?" And like they're doing this countdown. Nothing happens.
It was just like, okay.
Yeah. So finally, they're like, oh, Britney is announcing her residency here at MGM, whatever hotel MGM this is. And I'm like, cool, that's great, yay.
And then they're like, okay, now Britney Spears.
Right. Mario Lopez is out here like,
And then that song, You Better Work, Bitch.
Right.
You Better Work, it comes on.
Right.
Britney Spears comes out of a little fucking pyramid.
Yep.
Like a little birthday cake.
Yep.
Hops down the stairs, walks down these little steps.
Gets escorted like by two groups of guys.
That's right.
Walks
Now past the crowd who's been waiting for this huge announcement.
Gave out like 2 signatures, autographs, and then jumps in a car.
That's right. I would like to believe that it was an Uber.
An Uber Black.
She
fancy.
She got off that shit and hopped into an Uber and said bye.
Right, like
she did not even pick up a microphone, girl.
Right, and say like, "Are you guys excited about my new residency?" Like, I would have been happy if she did that. Like
something, but it was like literally when you walk into a room, and think you're in the wrong room, and then leave the room. My bad, wrong room.
Let's make this awkward as hell.
Exactly.
It's probably more like, oh, I'm in the wrong room. Oh, I walked into a wedding by accident. Well, let me sit my ass down in the front row. And I'll stand up and they said, does anybody object? And I'll be like, yeah, my ass does.
Right here.
Just kidding. I don't know y'all. Congratulations. I'm going to sit here.
That was a mess.
It was. And I'm like, what? I don't.
And then it ended.
Yeah. Like, could she not sing anything or dance to anything?
She's like, hey, y'all.
Hi, I'm Britney.
My Uber gonna charge me if I don't get in it soon enough.
Right. I wasn't supposed to run this late, so I got to go.
Yeah, that was a huddle mess. Mm-hmm. Something that was not a hot mess, girl. You and I have been doing these movie premieres, which has been really fun lately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you and I had the pleasure of seeing Stars Born, starring, of course, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Right.
In I would say, an Oscar-worthy performance movie.
I think so.
This is Shallow. We're only going to be playing about 30 seconds for copyright reasons.
Yes. So with that being said, this is our cover. Which,
so beautiful.
Listen to Bradley Cooper just singing. I kept forgetting that was Bradley.
And that's what, I mean, honestly, I have never, now my boo thing is probably listening to this. I still love you, baby. But Bradley Cooper was hot in this movie.
He's always hot, though.
But not like this. This was like rugged, country musician hot.
Right, like.
Oh my God, this movie, Queen, was, I think, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Right, and here's the thing. I don't cry in movie theaters. I don't cry a lot of movies. Like, the only movie...
I beg to differ.
The only movie I cried at before this was Selena.
Oh, Salinas. That is a sad movie. But I didn't cry at that shit. I didn't cry at Titanic either.
I didn't either.
I said, I know what's happening, girl.
I was singing to it because I already had like the sheet music to it because I was so pumped about it.
Have you ever thought like that whole story by Rose, it was just a bullshit? Like, what if she was just like a lady who had like a crazy disorder and she just like started making up all this stuff?
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like,
shit?
Jack wasn't on that fucking boat.
Right. That's why he's not there no more.
And then who knows what that jewel was, right?
Right.
That could have been like something she got out of a little vending machine.
It's just plastic.
She was like, Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
But A Star is Born. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
So Bradley Cooper was also the director, which was crazy.
Right.
And you know, I was all about the first probably half hour of the movie when we saw our very own Shangela and Willem from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I was like, oh my God, I know them.
Yeah,
Shangela
played. Yeah, Shangela played the kind of the bar manager, bar hop.
Yeah.
And it was so good. I thought it was so raw, so emotional.
And here's the thing, like, it was kind of predictable. You knew it was going to happen. But then when it happened, it took your breath away, how it all happened. So,
this for sure will catapult Gaga into Oscar territory, 100%.
Right.
And you're right. So what you were saying about the crying thing, I will tell you right now, nothing makes me cry in theaters. I'm like,
Right.
I know it's film, I know it's fiction.
Right.
I was openly bawling at the end of A Star Is Born.
I'm like looking through my purse looking for tissues. You already had napkins, fortunately.
Yes, and we all made that noise.
Right.
But no, I was just, tears were streaming down my face.
Yeah, and I was like, they won't stop. What do I do? And then we got outside and it was cold as hell. And we were like, oh, run to the car. I'm not emotional anymore.
My tears are frozen.
Ooh.
But when they do this, slight spoiler alert, but when they do that clip back to him while she's performing that final song
Yes.
of him on the piano, oh my God, girl.
Just
Sha,
ouch.
sha, sha, yo.
That's what it sounded like. And I'm
But
like,
she nailed it. And she was behind the music too, I think. So she was behind writing the music and of course performing most of it.
no surprise, it's Lady Gaga.
No, and you know what was crazy? And folks, we will also link, as most of you guys know, anything that we do project-wise or for Vita for Press.
It's down below.
Down below, I write articles for that podcast, and we'll link the A Star Is Born one as well.
She's gonna be down there.
But yeah, no, so Dave Chappelle was in the movie.
Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle.
Andrew Dice Clay, that was crazy as the dad of Gaga. Or Allie. It was nuts. I loved it, girl.
Yeah, I did too. I would watch it again, even though like it was so freaking painful.
It shook me to my core.
Right.
Oh, girl.
Ugh.
And I've only had a man do that for me. Shake me to my core. Oh, girl.
Girl.
But yeah, no, that was no, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think this might catapult her too. So I know, have you heard of the EGOTs?
Yes, that's
Right,
what I was
so-
just about to say. Is like EGOT, so
Which is an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yeah.
Which Whoopi Goldberg has one.
Right. What does she have? So she obviously she has Grammys. Mm-hmm. Does she have any Tonys yet? I don't know.
Gaga?
Yeah.
I don't think has any Tonys yet.
Okay.
I do think she has an Emmy for American Horror Story.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
believe so.
So she's on her way.
So
So she would need
this is all
to.
fake news. Sorry,
Right,
folks.
sorry.
We are not a news broadcaster.
Lady Gaga's not real.
She's not real at all.
Ugh.
So speaking of EGOT stars,
Yes.
girl,
We're gonna talk about me.
We're gonna
Hi,
talk about you,
I'm
my
Lori.
hero. No, so another EGOT star, as I alluded to on multiple other podcasts, and this one,
Yes.
is Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
So she was one of the wonderful stars I got to meet this weekend, doing some press for her new movie.
Yes.
Nobody's Fool.
Okay, cool. I was like, what's the movie?
What's the movie? Yeah, Nobody's Fool. Tyler Perry's in it, Tiffany Haddish, and a gaggle of other stars, Amber Riley, etc.
Right.
So we did this little press thing, and so I was basically accompanying, assisting with questions, things like that. We go into the room, and the movie studio basically says, no pictures with the stars.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
We're doing the interviews, no pictures, hang tight on
You're
that.
all like, fuck that, bitch. No, I'm
Right?
kidding. I'm kidding.
But I
I'm
was like,
kidding.
no, I definitely, I'll respect that for sure.
Right, right.
Of course, my friend who was in the news, entertainment reporting, he kind of said the same thing. He goes, whatever happens, but we can't really take pictures with these
Right,
folks. I'm like,
exactly.
perfect, yeah, that's classy.
Exactly.
I know, girl.
Right, it's fine. I got
like
this.
when I had dinner with the Queen, I didn't take pictures.
Right.
Ridiculous.
That was just last week. That's where we really were. We were in the UK.
UK.
Yeah.
Yes, dinner with the Queen.
Right, just normal stuff.
So the interview goes, it's wrapping, and I'm kind of getting emotional just sitting in the room.
Yeah.
And some of the questions were posed kind of to me. So Whoopi was kind of answering some questions to me directly, which was really crazy.
Yeah.
And we made eye contact tremendously.
Yeah.
The interview wraps, and she says, "Come here, baby. You want to take a picture?"
And you're like,
And I was like, oh, God.
that's when I shit my pants.
And I look at everyone in the room, like, kind of getting the nods, like, is it cool that I walk towards
Right.
Whoopi?
Please don't tackle me. Like,
And so I'm getting ready to walk behind Tiffany Haddish and Whoopi, and Tiffany gets up. Not Tiffany Haddish, excuse me, Amber Riley.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Who looked gorgeous.
Who looked gorgeous,
Yeah.
yes. And Amber Riley got out of her chair and said, why don't you sit down? This is your moment with Whoopi. How crazy is that,
like,
right?
Amber, yes. Amber
And
is
so-
a phenomenal person, too.
Oh, amazing. I just adore her. And so, of course, I explained to Whoopi how much I love and adore her.
Yes.
How inspirational she was to me. Listen, I mean, as a kid living in Germany watching Sister Act, who in a million years knew that, this manifestation of meeting Whoopi in real life would happen? Right. And it did. And she is my number one inspiration, living inspiration.
So when I got the text that you're like, and I'm like, I'm pissed, but holy shit, get on the plane right now.
Yeah, you were really supportive. I mean, obviously you had the pageant. You're like, go.
Right.
And I'm so grateful that I did. It was such a cool experience. And
Right.
as I was walking out of the press room, I turned back to Whoopi and I signed I love you.
Yes.
I could get emotional talking about this.
Right.
I love you. And she catches it with her hand.
Aww.
Oh, my God.
Are you guys following each other on Twitter now?
Oh, my God. We absolutely should.
Yeah. Hint, nudge. Hi.
And that was my Whoopi experience in a nutshell. I'll probably dedicate some more time to talk a little bit more about it, but it was just bonkers. Like, Whoopi called me over because...
Right.
And there's some pictures I've posted on the Instagram. Screw it. I'll link them down below.
Right. Please.
There's this look that we give each other that's just sheer love.
It was so gorgeous. And I was just like... so I got the picture because I'm, like, waiting for the picture. And I'm like... So I'm, like, proud mom over here. Like...
And of course, that's one of many, many stars. But,
yes.
Whoopi, if by random chance you're listening, or if you have someone who listens to this podcast, I love you and thank you so much. You made my life, girl.
I love you too. Come visit me.
Yes, give it up.
Yes.
So yeah, oh my God. So those were both of my little New York stories. I feel like I'm like just hog washing. What does that even mean? I feel like I'm steamrolling. That's the word I'm looking for.
I don't
the
know
podcast with my stories.
I don't know what that means.
Watch that means. Watch what happens live, not linked.
Below. What? Yeah, so I just been doing pageant stuff. I couldn't go to the last lip sync for your laugh because I was doing pageant stuff.
I know, but the pageant is so close to your heart.
Yes,
and it's amazing that you...
I stayed in my first Airbnb.
Oh my God. Where did you stay at the Airbnb? Up in where the pageant is?
Yeah, so I actually stayed a couple towns over, but it was still close enough. So yes, and it was pretty cool. It was a 2-bedroom condo, and I'm like, that's more than enough space for me. And so I'm like, oh, this is kind of horrifying.
So you had a sex, drugs, and rock and roll party.
I did not.
You're like, I did not. Just
I should have because I couldn't fall asleep. But yeah, so that was fun. It was.
Oh, that has to be even more weird. You're in like this giant house all alone.
And I already have megalophobia. Okay, so like. Big stuff, big spaces.
Oh, what's it called?
Megalophobia.
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 I like megala stuff.
Okay. I don't always.
That makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
See, I'm more enclosed spaces. Oh, girl, don't put me in a coffin. I'll lose my mind.
Well, hopefully you'll not be living when you're in the coffin.
Oh, no. I will not go in a coffin even if I'm dead.
Okay, got it. So we are...
I hear that you can make your ashes...
into a tree.
Oh, girl, that is so Greenpeace.
Yeah.
No, I am thinking of turning myself into a diamond.
Oh, I did hear that.
Sparkle, nearly sparkle.
Oh, now I gotta rethink, do I want to give back to the world or just be bougie as fuck?
I think bougie.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the earth... Because here's the thing. If I become a tree, I mean, I'm probably going to be paper that someone like... Jimmy, and so I don't want to end up in a landfill.
Okay, true.
Right? Because they make paper comes from trees.
What? Get the fuck out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for wisdom all week.
Do you know what heats up this room?
I think the sun. That's the sun. Yes.
That wasn't on the podcast, but you guys know an inside joke now.
Yeah, that was a hot mess.
Yeah.
I literally said that to you.
Was that our last?
I think that was our last meeting.
So we finished recording and
the office is like steaming hot.
It was 94 degrees that day.
It's crazy.
94 degrees. I'm sitting here just like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. And with all like seriousness and sincerity, you were just like, you know what I think it is? The sun. And I like looked and I was like, oh.
Like, exactly.
I was like, okay. I think my favorite one still is, what was it, Miss America that we were watching?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah, you were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm watching Miss America just to see what's going on. And you're like, what is that on Hulu? And I was like, what? No, it's on like ABC. I don't know what it was on that night, but
it's not on Hulu.
No.
They don't really do live shit on Hulu. I'm like, okay.
I was like, oh, okay.
Like, it's the Hulu that you do. Oh, girl. And then we had a really fun event right after all of, right after all that fun stuff. So prior to the pageant.
We had a lot of fun stuff.
So prior to the pageant and Whoopi meeting, but after DragCon.
Yes.
And A Star Is Born.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle there.
We got to see.
Oh, my God. We got to see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mama, ooh. Yes.
This is under pressure. I thought this would be a much bigger, much more hypey.
Just gonna keep snipping. So yes, we got to.
Oh my god, yes, we got to see this.
Well, okay, you're just gonna echo me?
Echo me.
Okay, great. So anyways, wait, why aren't you doing it anymore?
I didn't realize I was doing it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell? The sun is hot.
Dumb. So Bohemian Rhapsody was the story of Queen, the band, of course, the rock and roll group, and of course the leading singer, lead singer,
Freddie Mercury,
the leading singer,
the leading singer,
Freddie Mercury. But that was. What did you think about that film? So we got to host that event. But what did you think about the film?
Which that hosting experience was experience in itself.
Yes, it was. Yes. They had a live brass band playing.
Tivoli Club brass band.
Yeah, something like that.
And
then we had one of the radio stations local in Colorado.
Which we didn't know who we were going to be introducing from the mountain. That's who it was. Mountain. We got yelled at for saying mountain instead of mountain.
Well, I said mountain.
Yeah.
Thinking it would be funny, but I don't piss people off in the audience.
Right.
It's pronounced mountain.
I'm like,
it's mountain.
It's a Colorado thing. We don't pronounce mountain, fountain.
Fountain, mountain, Downton, Denver.
Downtown Denver.
But I was like, oh Lord, these people are coming for me.
Yes, but so the DJ that showed up, one of the DJs that showed up from the mountain, I went to college with is Dan. Hi Dan. Hi Dan.
If you're listening, and then of course the morning show.
Yes.
Those folks. Yeah, that was really
I didn't go to college with them.
No, me neither.
No.
Oh,
maybe I did. I don't know.
But movie, so that we did a little intro, did that fun stuff.
Yes,
I'm sorry if you keep hearing me echo. For some reason I just keep going away from my microphone.
Come back!
Take over here, girl. And then we saw the film, and that film we had a gaggle of fans.
Yes,
friends,
we did.
and
So
yes, audience.
Quick shout out to all the people that came to my work and my friends and
shout out to you guys.
And your work friends and friends and
it was a ton of lovely people we work with and are friends with, of course. And I thought the film was really lovely. I learned a lot. Like, I did not realize that Freddie Mercury was one thing. For example, I had no idea about his Middle Eastern.
Same, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
his background, his family, I believe, is Indian, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no, I forgot.
But his father did talk about being a Farsi man, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was really crazy how some of these songs came about.
Right. My thing was I didn't realize how big his teeth were, and I don't know if they just
they're really big.
Right. I think they weren't that big, but they were big in the movie.
Oh yeah, Freddie's teeth was big.
Right.
Those was like triple XL chiclets. I'm like, making me hungry. I
Can we go get ramen after this?
LPiddy and her damn ramen obsession.
Just let me live.
Girl, I love it too. That's the problem. I like ramen, so I can get down with
There's a place right up Colorado. Okay.
She's like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah. I don't know when it's gonna be closed though. So
that could be a good point because at this rate we'll be recording for another 3 hours and editing for another 7, and then it will be tomorrow.
Right.
But no, so I definitely think the film was, I think, worth seeing for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was lovely.
I think my favorite part, honestly, I know my favorite part.
Thinking isn't knowing.
But knowing is power.
Knowing is power. Knowledge is power. You know.
So when they recreated the Live Aid concert and they did We Are the Champions, that ending part of it.
Were you crying for that movie?
No.
Oh, you were.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, totally. I was like, well, I thought you were crying.
No.
You weren't crying?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what the weird looks I was giving you at the end of the night.
Oh, no.
I said, what the fuck? Why is she crying? I'm like, this ain't even sad.
That was for something else. That was because I was hot as hell. Like, the heat turned on.
And then you started weeping because of the
Yeah, I was weeping for my eyes because that's how much I was sweating. Like, I got up and I was just dripping everywhere.
Oh, I was hot as hell up in there, too. No doubt.
Gosh.
But the venue is amazing. We were at the Alamo Draft.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. We don't know what happened there. Let me not burn that.
So I thought you were legit crying at the movie.
No,
for I was like, I don't know what the hell. I'm like, you know what was the most weird part of the movie was? Lori just bawling in next to me.
No, I wasn't.
I have no concept of emotion.
I might have been coughing, and there might have been another factor that was going on too, which we'll talk about later. But
you're all having a medical emergency.
Right.
I'm like, she needs to stop crying.
Right. I'm like, please help me. I need water.
I'm like, oh, she's getting so emotional.
Like I remember like moving so much because I'm like I was emotional because I was so fucking hot.
Yeah, I could get down.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, like the last hour of the movie, it was just like.
Shit, that's heat rising, folks. One more time for everyone. Because heat rises, folks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank you. And the sun is hot.
And the sun is hot.
Yes.
But I did like the movie. I thought my favorite part was definitely I liked that part, but my favorite part was there was right before they started singing Bohemian Rhapsody, there was this rooster on a
Oh, the
fence.
fucking rooster. Sorry for any spoilers, because you guys don't know.
Oh, that's right. The movie does come out, folks, just so you know, November 2nd, for all of you folks who have not seen it. So
2 days.
that's right. Check it out. And if you actually go to our Twitter page and... Oh my God, how have we not plugged this until now? Hashtag that podcast all over social media.
You can't hear me do the hashtag sign, but I'm doing it with my
She's doing it in
fingers.
sign language.
I am.
But if you tweet hashtag that podcast and hashtag Bohemian Rhapsody,
Just choking. It's fine.
that's right.
Crying.
We're
Crying again.
Oh, she's crying. We're actually going to be picking a winner.
Yes.
Again on social media for another pair of tickets for anyone who listens to the podcast.
The podcast.
We also did. It was really fun. So with the Queen thing, for Lip Sync for Your Laugh this month, we did all Queen songs.
Which I wasn't there, which is sad.
Girl, it was so epic.
See, I would have performed that day too, but I didn't have a costume. Well, I did, but I didn't.
I was Harry Potter.
You were Harry Potter.
Do you know what he says? It's like something about a spell and...
I definitely do not.
See, me neither. That was the problem. I don't really know anything about Harry Potter.
I've only seen one movie.
Yeah, and then one of our friends was there, and she said something like, "Expecto Patronum Obliviate," or something like that. Some Harry Potter bullshit.
And then did you say, "What the fuck you call me?"
No, I said, I didn't. But what I did say, I go, "Oh, girl, is that Catholic?" And she looks at me.
It is not.
No, she goes, Harry Potter, the costume you're wearing,
Right.
you psycho.
Oh.
That's right. So shout out to Ashley Scroggins for that lovely comment. She's all telling me spells. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Oh.
I think it was something about Leviticus, levitate.
I know, like, in American Dad, like...
Wingardium Leviosa, girl.
Oh.
I think something like that. Wingardia.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just know American Dad does a spoof about it when, like, Steve he thinks he gets admitted into Hogwarts, and he shows up at a drug house, and it was like this guy was talking in Spanish. He's like, "Wash your hands, laves los." Oh gosh, I can't say it anymore. So he's like saying it in Spanish, and Steve was like, "Oh, it's a spell, lave." That's all I know.
You had to be there.
Yeah, you had to be there. Look it up on your YouTubes and
on the YouTubes, y'all.
And search American Dad, Steve, Hogwarts, the fuck, wherever it's called.
Hogwarts.
Harry Potter.
So did you do Harry Potter? So did you do any dressing up for Halloween this year?
I mean, yeah. Look at me.
You were the ringleader, right?
Yeah, I was the ringleader.
So that was like and then tonight you're dressed as Pennywise.
Yeah, but dressed as Pennywise, apparently. I'm not. I am in normal clothes.
Oh, girl. Yeah. I mean, my Harry Potter costume was on point, though. Mm-hmm. It was $15.
Oh.
That's why I was wearing... that's why I was Harry Potter this year,
my
folks.
ringmaster jacket was... Because I had a cane, which really ringmasters don't really have canes. They have whips. But I was like, that doesn't seem right. I can't be coming up on stage with a whip.
She all a blind ringmaster, ringleader.
Right? This is the greatest show! Right? Because I forgot the words. But I had a cane, I had a top hat, I had little gloves.
Ooh.
And then I had this coat. It was a men's coat. And you could tell because the arms were too long. Because I was a little.
Yeah,
But that was about like $30-$40.
Oh, dang
Yeah.
it.
So I figured like next year when I go out, hopefully the pageant isn't during this week. We had a schedule conflict this year, but we're making it work next year. But
was it earlier this year or later this year?
Later.
Okay, that's what it felt like.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's supposed to be mid-October, but we didn't get those dates. So there's some miscommunications for those who don't understand my gibberish.
That's right.
So yeah, I figured that, I mean, let's buy this little ringmaster coat, and then next year I could be like a slutty ringmaster.
Oh, girl.
Or I could like make it like really cool looking. I'll be a K-pop star.
Oh, totally. Or you could make it a head wrap.
Okay.
Or you could make it a baby.
Oh, okay.
I had to pantomime holding a baby, in a little blanket. Mm-hmm. You could make it a lot of things.
What is your costume? Oh, I'm a mommy.
I'm a mommy.
Yes.
This is my baby.
I'm supposed to be something I'm not every day, so I'm a mommy. I have
I'm a
no
mummy.
kids.
I'm a mommy.
Wrapped up in tape, in packing tape.
In packing tape.
Why is it clear? Ah! We can still see you.
We see you still.
You're supposed to wear clothes under the tape.
But girl, we have had a hell of a month. We will be back actually in less than a week probably to hit you fools with another episode.
Yes.
I'll probably do a little more catching up and all that fun stuff.
There might be a live stream coming up soon.
Oh my word. Yes. Oh, yes. So, folks, we also are going to link down below the sweepstakes. We actually have another movie premiere on Monday.
Yes, we do.
That's right. And we're going to be
doing some shit.
And we're going to do a little sweepstakes online.
On the line. Are we calling someone right now?
No, I am looking at the film, which is a film with Nicole Kidman and some other fine folks called Boy Erased. So that's going to be on our social media. Make sure to tweet, retweet, all that fun stuff. And you could also come see that with us on Monday.
Yeah, come hang out with us. Come hold our hands and stuff like that.
Yes,
Bobby.
So coolio. So we will link all the fun movie reviews down below, of course. We'll do some Insta pics and some other fun links for you too.
We will, yeah.
But the most important thing we're going to link down there, LPiddy, is what?
Shit.
Our
merch. Is it our merch?
Our merch. What do we close with every show?
I'm so sorry. I just was like, oh my gosh, it's Halloween. I'm going to go get ice cream.
LPiddy is not here with me. She's here staring outside the window with a microphone in front of her.
Like, there needs to be a picture of me right now because I'm just sitting here, like, looking at the window, like, looking insightful. But I'm literally thinking about...
At the moon.
I'm thinking about, like, Millennium ice cream from Bluebell. Like, I am not joking right now. Like, it's so good. This is not sponsored, but please, if you want to sponsor us, please sponsor us.
I have Lori's body here, but her spirit is away getting ice cream.
If loving you is wrong, I don't give a damn.
No. But we will link all of our social media links down below.
Yeah, something like that.
Make sure to follow at LPiddy all over social media, and I'm at Jon Jon Lannon.
And Dee Dee.
This is
That Podcast.
And that's all we have for you this week, folks.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
No.